right, well, we're being filmed. Yeah, not a problem for you because, that's your whole background and, you're an actor, weren't you? That was pretty good. Did you do any acting after I went away? Because...
like a few things, the process of doing your films, I actually should thank you.
Yeah.
That I realized through doing your films how I do not want to be an actor anymore.
Oh.
Like, you helped me realize that I just loathed being in front of the camera.
Really?
Yeah. So I did, like, that's certainly where, like, the seed was planted. So I did a few things afterwards, but I could never get past that just pain inside me.
Yeah.
That was first discovered in your work. So thank you.
Well, I suppose, once you'd kind of, the only way was down, wasn't it, really? It's like you kind of hit this zenith, and what more is there to say?
It's like, well, I didn't get my Oscar, did I?
Well, yeah, I know, but who wants those nowadays? It's almost like, does anybody watch it? It's hard to say, but I think it's kind of slightly disappointing. Yeah. But anyway, look, we're as I said, everything I do now is filmed for this YouTube channel because it's going to be an amazing story set over a few years where...
Oh, it's a few year project.
This is a big deal. This is
Cool.
huge.
Yeah.
I've got I'm paying an agency to sort of come here and help me out, and they're saying, listen, these are the things you have to do to make young people interested in you. And I'm like, well, they should listen to the words I'm saying, surely. And they're like, no, try and dance. And I'm like, I'm not going to dance. And they said, no, okay, well, just say stuff really quickly. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to say stuff really quickly because then you lose all of the power and all of the nuance. Seems today young people don't really understand what nuance is. You sort of say, right, listen,
yes. They're in it for the wrong reasons.
This is a copper table, and they'll go, oh, what do you mean by that? It's like, oh, they can't work it out. So,
yeah, and your this big project over. Many years. Of course, you need someone to cast it.
Absolutely. This is it. So we're not, I've got several jobs that you can do in the time that we'll be doing this. Why? Because this is all about the backstage and the making of a series of series. Yeah. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to Peter, who we talked about in a phone call, Peter Amstell. And I'm going to tell Peter, because we're mates back in the day.
That's great.
And he is the big shot now in this country at least, right? So I'm going to talk to Peter. I'm going to say, listen, Peter, I have written, could even be 13 now, 12 really strong ideas for series, long-running series, and we can do, I have the power to push all of those up the hill, all at once. And he's just going to be like, oh, brilliant. Because you know how positive he was anyway. He was like, oh, everything's brilliant.
I didn't get to see him much, but 12, you want me to cast 12? Yeah, that's great.
Like a dozen things. But
and we don't have to use young actors. I'd rather not even. So if you don't need them, we don't have to use them. Obviously, we've got to get a few.
It will vary. We just have to be very careful about, how annoying they are.
Oh, no. Casting is a real simple trick for that now. So we get really specific with the role. Mm-hmm. Do you want them to have one green eye, one blue eye, and red hair, missing a hand, stuff like that? Yeah. And then you just put the casting out and you say, no acting experience required. and you basically just get the person.
Yeah.
And we could just like...
You've already decided. So you just sort of go, oh, them.
Well, no, it's because it's not... You know, it's weird. It's not about acting.
Yeah.
You know, if you just find the person,
yeah,
then
and
they
stick
can just
him in.
do it. And the big emotional things, they don't do a very good job, and no one seems to care because we go for authentic. Like we talk about how it'd be like offensive for someone with green eyes to play someone who should have blue eyes,
right?
And that lived experience.
Yeah.
Like so, anything like that, lived experience is no one can then criticize it, even if they're bad. You're just like, well, we just really wanted that lived experience, and so it doesn't matter that they can't act.
Well, I have green eyes, and I don't know about other green-eyed people. I can't think of anyone, but I would say that someone with blue eyes can't think like I do. There's no way they've lived my life. So, very important. Peter is, I think he'll be all in for it, but I'm having a few problems. Namely, his assistant Felicity. So I've only got one number for Peter because Peter's changed all his numbers in 10 years, and I'm calling up Felicity. Is getting in the way, and she's saying, "Who are you?"
Sorry, Peter's not greenlit these yet.
I haven't met Peter yet. No, I've not seen Peter since we wrapped on Bikini Battle Royale in 2012. So I need to reconnect with Peter, and then having done that, we have a meeting, and he's going to be all for it because of our relationship. He knows the quality I've got. I mean, do you see any?
Yeah, no, sorry, just when you were talking about the 12 series that I was going to be casting, I thought it was already greenlit, and I was just...
As good as...
Because I was just really happy that I suddenly had all these projects to do. And
well, you should stay
and
happy.
it's just... It's been 10 years. Were you like best mates?
Well, best friends is strong. I mean, we were friendly on the sets.
Like, did you go to his? You got married like 3 years ago to like the third wife. Did you go? Were you there? Did he mention it?
I went to his first wedding, so that in many ways that's the most important one. Anybody you get married to after that, you know, you're probably an admission of failure.
Yeah. Okay.
So no, I have not spoken to him since 2012, but that relationship. We worked together for 5 years, producer and director. It's going to be rock solid.
Can I vape in here?
No.
No, of course not.
No.
Okay.
This is an important apartment building. So all I need from you is some help to get a way around this bloody Felicity. So we need to talk to Peter and then set up a meeting, and then he's going to green light everything, because it's going to be like, oh, it's Andrew. Think of all the money that we made. We made a ton of money. Right, and that's fundamentally what the entertainment industry is about. Well, I mean, Peter did, I did. Yeah. Everybody else got paid, right?
Is your films on Peter's network?
Do you know what? That's another thing I should talk to him about, because they aren't, and we could get a cut on there in English, because the Vietnamese version is definitely inferior. Definitely inferior. They changed all the words. They changed.
No, but that's the one people would want.
Because well, that's the one Vietnamese people wanted.
The Vietnamese Oscars?
It begins with V.
Best sound mixing there. That's the one people are used to.
Well, it's the one Vietnamese people are used to. But they should be exposed to the English Anglophone countries, and they never were.
The dubbing lady, she's on Grey's Anatomy now or something.
I haven't heard that. I mean, she doesn't. Fundamentally, there was nothing wrong with the dubbing. I can't complain about what they did in terms of when the mouth would open, a noise would come out that was Vietnamese, and then the mouth would close and it would stop. which fundamentally suggests good dubbing. I'm more worried about the words that were said, because whatever they were saying were not what I had written.
Oh.
That's the issue. So another thing, that's like another thing on the agenda with Peter. We could get all of those films on his service in English as they were meant to be, because I've got them like on hard drives back there in the right language.
So I'm not here to actually specifically cast anything right now.
No, you are going to help me talk to Peter because you're in the industry. Yeah. So if you can get like a sideways number or an address, Where does he live?
You can't shop at his house without.
I can. It's me. Hey Peter, one look in my eye, and he'll go. Green eyes.
Does he have green eyes?
It's you, Peter. That's a good question. I think he does. They might be grey. It's one of those like borderline ones.
Yeah.
And he will look at me and he will go, "Oh, all of those wonderful years." He'll be so excited. And then we'll just sit down and say, "This is what I've got. What should we start with?"
Yeah.
It's nailed down.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Keep
going.
Have
you got his number?
No. I need to do a tweet about how I'm so busy and the standard like the I'm so busy, everybody, but we watch all your videos that we submit in. You can edit this out, we don't. But I just need to like tell them that I'm like big and important.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous stuff. I'm not busy at all.
Well, I mean, you're having an important meeting. I mean, this could lead to like a dozen
yeah,
shows
with like
being
12 projects
casted. Yeah, it's going to be fantastic.
Okay, cool. I don't know, Peter.
Yeah.
Like I didn't.
No.
I didn't meet him.
He didn't mix with the actors.
Set.
No.
I think I got a check from him.
Yeah, he will have signed that. Mm-hmm.
But I don't have a way of contact. I could call this PA secretary lady.
Well, you could try and try and get through her as a. That's a good. I could have done that, couldn't I? Could have pretended to be a casting person. That's interesting.
Well, I mean, it's just like, but it's not. That's not how. That's not how it necessarily works. Just because I'm in casting, that they'll suddenly pick up the phone. Like, I'm not Nina Gold. I'd love to be Nina Gold, but I'm not Nina Gold.
Have you got her number?
Nina Gold's?
Yeah.
And yes, I have Nina Gold's number.
Well, that would be, give me...
I don't...
Well, it's one way around the house,
I know,
isn't
but
it?
you're just going to hire... Because if you use her, she won't use me. No, I've lost too many projects to her that you're not having her number.
Well, maybe, tell you what, you call Nina Gold, you tell her the plan, and then she calls Peter. She'll know Peter.
Yeah, she will.
Yeah, you say,
she knows everyone.
Look, we need to get this. So, however we do it, look, I think this could be really exciting. We can make all of these projects. You can take, depending on, like, I don't know what kind of slice Nina's going to want, but
no, we're not using Nina. We can't if we use Nina, she will use her team, and then that will just cut me out of the equation.
Right. Well, then that's
and then we're not using Nina. Anyway, the first thing we need to do is get hold of Peter, because otherwise I'm just wasting my time with this conversation, because it might not happen.
Well, exactly. So get out. I'm still going to look. Yeah. Get out there. Get a number. Get an address. Someone will know. He has to live somewhere. He can't just be at his office all the time. I've walked past a bunch of times hoping he would come in and out. He's there a lot.
At his house. His office is different. So I can tell you where the office is if you can assure me that he will be happy to see you.
He will be so happy. I am like a long-lost brother to Peter. If Peter has pictures of his family dotted around that house that you don't want me to go to, one of them will be of me. And he will shed a tear.
So much, but a small part of me is just really worried it's not true.
Ian, even if it weren't true, what's the damage? You're giving me somebody's phone number, okay? So I'll tell Peter, hey, do you remember Ian? He was the referee in Bikini Battle Royale. He'll go, unforgettable role. So he'll definitely remember that. He'll go, oh yeah, I said he's really making his way in casting now. You should talk to him beyond all the projects we're going to do. So this is a big deal. This matters, yeah?
I mean, Magdalene was nominated for a BAFTA. You could maybe lead with, he cast that. You don't have to mention that I was the referee.
Yeah, but he needs a frame of reference for so he can picture you in his mind. Because then he would know what you'd do. Like, oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, it helps.
Because I really need this to go through. What was the third one?
Girl Fight 3.
Yeah. Do you remember that night shoot? What you told me? It'll take 10 minutes. Oh, we'll be done with this.
I can't remember.
It was so cold.
I can't remember.
And you kept on, every time I asked for a blanket, we don't need them because we'll be done within minutes. It's just a few minutes more and it just, now I'm not saying you were lying to me. But that was a really hard night.
I'm telling you, you see, this is the thing, this is the mistake people make. Your memory's no good because that was Girl Fight 2 because we did part of Girl Fight 2 in the Alps, right? So now you're going back to things that happened in we shot that in 2008, yeah? I mean, it was cold, okay? I was cold. Yes, I had a jacket on, but
jacket with fur on.
You have to get
the
shots. You have to get the shots.
My feet weren't even in shot, but I couldn't have shoes on because I wasn't true to the character.
Yeah, but you forget as well, you were surrounded by girls in bikinis, so they were worse off, right? In the cold and the hot realm.
Andy.
Okay.
Why would I care about girls with bikinis?
It's consideration for other people. You know, I have it. You should have it.
I know it doesn't sound like I'm over it right now, but I am.
Brilliant.
I am very happy to do this project with you and get hold of Peter and pay off my debts.
That's what it all hinges on. Right, so that was wonderful. A little bit of editing to do, probably, because of there's a few insider bits. But yeah, so this is Ian, who's my friend from the noughties. He's a really good actor, and now he's a big shot casting director these days. He's he's doing really well, and he's pleased with how everything's going. And he's going to help me talk to Peter. And one day Peter's going to see this and he's going to laugh. He's going to say, "Oh, these lads from the old days." Yeah. So remember what you must do is you must like this, because Joanne says please like it, and you've seen videos of Joanne, so subscribe, hit the bell, and you will never miss another exciting moment on the journey to greatness. 12 shows, think of it, all exploding at the same time in about 3 or 4 years. And you were there at the start, and I've been there all the way through. All right? See you later. Do you want to wave at them? Wave at that one.